Hello, Spotty Freak Show here. Got another battle for you. This one versus Adroc. It's a UU battle using Smogon's old UU tier because I think their new one just sucks. Anyway, they sent out Hitmontop. I sent out Primate. I'm thinking I should be a lot faster with the Choice Scarf, but I completely forgot about Mach Punch and Fake Out, and that mistake almost killed me. But I was able to get close combat in on it, which turns out to be pretty helpful in the end. But right now, I gotta get Primate out of there because another Mach Punch will kill. So I go to Shedinja, but he goes to Miss Maggie's on the same turn. Now, I'm thinking I could 2-hit KO it with Shadow Sneak while it breaks my sash with Shadow Ball, which it turns out I can 2-hit KO it, but it knows Will-O-Wisp and almost ended my Shedinja right there, and it would have been a very different battle if he did, but I got lucky with a mist. So he goes to Chatot. I'm thinking Heat Wave, completely forgetting it's a flying type. So I go to Ninetales, but he just encores, which turns out to be just fine on a switch. So I just put this thing to sleep while I set up with Nasty Plot to kill whatever I want. And he sends out Drapion, which doesn't make a lot of sense because Drapion's a physical wall and Ninetales is a special sweeper. So I just sit there and one-hit KO with Flamethrower. But things get really annoying right now. He sends out Porygon 2, which is one of the biggest pains in the ass I've ever had to battle, and it was always my Flash Fire, which I don't like because that was my big move to kill with. I send out Claydol, he sends out Torterra to counter it, but I Toxic it, which is kind of helpful considering Torterra's pretty bulky. I go to Shedinja to take a Wood Hammer, and this thing could have Stone Edged me. It actually had it, but I don't know why he didn't. But I was just trying to set up on it while it's sitting there trying to set up on me. But it turns out he comes up with a better idea and goes to Porygon 2, which traces my Wonder Guard. And this is where I pretty much mess up. Because what I try to do is burn it, which is the only thing Shedinja can do to it, and stall it out. Because he can't hurt me, and I can just sit there and wait on it to die from its burn. But I completely forget that it has Recover. So I messed up. What I should have done is gone to Claydol and Toxic'd it, and it couldn't catch up with Recover eventually because Toxic will eventually do 50% every turn. But I come up with a different plan, which right here is when I do it. I go to Claydol and take a Thunder Wave, which Claydol's ground type, so he's not going to take anything from it, while Porygon 2 just sits there. And then I go to Frostlass, who takes an Ice Beam pretty well considering it's an Ice type. Then I check my Choice Specs onto it, which, even if it does have special attacks, it's still a lot better than just sitting out there with Wonder Guard because I can switch Primate into it right now. And I get really lucky because it used Thunder Wave right there, meaning it is stuck using Thunder Wave until it switches, which is very useful for me. And that Porygon 2 is pretty much useless for him right now. So he goes to Miss Magius while I go to Steelix, and I'm like, okay, I should take this out. But I completely forgot about Will-O-Wisp, so he winds up burning me, which he uses all physical attacks, so it's gonna be bad for him, but he can take a burn somewhat. So Miss Magus sits here pain splitting me while I start trying to hit it with Stone Edge because I don't know what else to do right now. I can't really switch anything into this. So I just sit here and keep pounding on it with Stone Edge until he switches out to his Torterra, which winds up taking my Stone Edge pretty well and would take an Earthquake as well because he's a Grass type. But I figure since Steelix is burned, he's not going to be too much of a use for me, so I go ahead and just blow him up while he does about 10 damage with Stone Edge. So now I sent Primate back out because this is probably going to be my only chance to send him back out. While he sends out Porygon 2, which Wonder Guard or no Wonder Guard, Primate beats. But he switches to his Hitmontop, which gave me so much problem before, and because it's got no health left, it pretty much just dies of my useless critical close combat. He then goes to Miss Magus. I remember Will-O-Wisp this time, so I'm like, okay, get out there, go to Ninetales. But he uses it and it misses, which I guess it's revenge for the first time it missed. But I figure I can still kill it with Flamethrower, but I underestimated this thing's bulkiness and didn't kill it. And it pain splitted me, which was kind of annoying. and I can't put it to sleep because of sleep clause. So I go ahead and try getting some nasty plot so I can kill it, but it shadow balls instead of pain splitting, which is what I thought it would do, and leaves me with 62 HP. But because of my nasty plot, he has nothing now that can take that. So it turns out I'm just gonna sleep him right here, and I'll leave you with some music to listen to instead of listening to silence.